Okay, so I have here two examples of systems. On the left side is one way to solve it. On the other side is another way, and we want to solve this with either substitution or elimination. Alright, so we're actually going to solve this with this first one with substitution. Alright, so let's do that. So what are we going to substitute? You want to substitute the value that is on its own, that's by itself. And in this case, it's the x. The x is alone, so we want to take the x value and we're going to plug 3y minus 5, because they're equivalent, into this x down here. So this is 2 times, instead of x now, x is the same as 3y minus 5 plus 2y is equal to 30. Alright, so just see what we did here. We did 3y minus 5, and we plugged it into the x. By doing that, we effectively just eliminated the x from the number of variables that we have to deal with. Okay, and now we just continue to solve. 2 times 3y is 6y, minus 2 times 5 is 10, plus 2y is equal to 30. Continue to combine like terms. 6y and 2y is 8y. Add 10 on both sides. 30 and 10 is 40. Divide by 8. And I get y is equal to 5. So now that I know that y is equal to 5, what do I do with this? Because I need to know how much, or what the value of x is. I only know what the value of y is. Well, you just come up to these original equations and it tells us, it says the x value is equal to 3 times the y value minus 5. And I know the y value is 5 down here, so I just substitute it in. X is 3 times the y value minus 5. Well, 3 times 5 is 15, minus 5 is 10. So there's our two values. X is 10 and y is 5. All right, now let's come over to this side, and we are also going to substitute. This time we need to figure out a number that we can substitute in, and so I've got 1/5 x plus 2y equals 3. And I don't like dealing with fractions, right? We don't like to deal with fractions. So if you're able to, anytime you can undo this with a system, why don't you multiply this entire equation by 5 to do this. So 5 times 1/5 x is 1x. 5 times 2y is 10y. And that's equal to 5 times 3, and that's 15. Okay, and so then we're going to subtract 10y from both sides. And this is x is equal to 15 minus 10y. Now this isn't my favorite way to solve elimination or systems, by the way, because now I'm going to have to plug that 15 minus 10y into this x here. It's going to be a massive number instead of eliminating it. But that's how you would go about isolating a variable when you don't have, when it's not already isolated. You'd have to manipulate an equation to isolate the variable.